Welcome to the Explainer. Look, I know we're all probably a little exhausted by the word agents being shoved into literally every single tech announcement this year, right? It's everywhere. But stick with me today, because we're looking at something that actually lives up to the hype, a new tool called Grokbot. Our main goal here is to unpack whether this software, which is being billed as the very first just install it AI agent, is actually worth its seriously premium price tag.
So, imagine this. What if you could install an entire company directly on your computer without writing a single line of code? No way, right? But I'm not talking about just another chatbot that spits out trivia answers. I mean an actual, functioning, digital workforce living right inside a single app on your desktop. Imagine having a team on standby, ready to execute tasks, build out projects, and handle all that soul-crushing busy work. And it's totally accessible even if your tech skills literally max out at opening a web browser.
Remember older AI agent frameworks, like OpenClaw? Man, they were notoriously complex. It was basically like trying to drive a manual transmission in heavy traffic. People were literally out there buying dedicated Mac minis, setting up insanely complicated open source code, and maintaining extra hardware just to get an agent to, watch their inbox. But Grokbot, it represents a massive shift. It's the automatic transmission. It's a completely no-code, just install an app solution. You download it, and boom, you are immediately ready to go.
Think about it like this. Grokbot is essentially a small company contained entirely inside one application. When you open it up, every row in that left-hand sidebar, that isn't just a past chat history. It's a named teammate. Each one of these bots has a continuing, dedicated role in your digital life. So you aren't just starting a new prompt from scratch every time. You're actually handing an assignment to a specialist who already knows their job description.
Now, behind that simple conversational interface is something pretty wild. It's a real, dedicated cloud computer working exclusively for you. We're talking a full-on Linux machine, complete with its own built-in browser, file system, terminal, and connected tools. And get this, these bots get their own screen on this cloud computer. That means several of your AI teammates can actually be working in parallel at the exact same time, sharing a workspace without you even needing to leave your laptop open. It just runs in the background. And this setup solves one of the absolute biggest headaches in tech right now, integration. You don't have to dig around in messy API settings anymore. You literally just talk to the bot about a task. If it needs to check your calendar to get it done, it just naturally brings it up in the conversation and asks for access. You authorize it just that one time, and because everything lives on that one cloud computer we just talked about, any other bot you spin up instantly has that same access. It is completely seamlessly integrated.
But okay, what happens if there isn't a neat, clean integration available for whatever tool you're using? Well, you might actually see a prompt pop up that says, "I'm leaving now." The software handles this so brilliantly, it uses its cloud computer to navigate straight to the login page, and then it essentially hands you remote control of the screen. You type in your password yourself. Grokbot doesn't store your credentials in plain text at all, it just remembers the active login session. It's just a remarkably smooth workaround.
Of course, handing an AI the keys to your entire digital life raises some serious privacy questions, right? But here is the massive relief. Your entire AI workforce operates within a single security perimeter, located on a dedicated machine right in Silicon Valley. So adding a dozen new agent bots to your team doesn't suddenly increase your risk footprint because the whole shebang is contained within this one isolated environment. It really gives you some peace of mind knowing your data isn't being scattered across multiple random servers all over the globe.
Okay, so here is the really crucial point. It's how these bots actually interact with each other. Imagine setting up a chief of staff bot. Because all your bots share that one computer, they can transparently message each other to coordinate tasks. So your chief of staff can take a massive, complex project from you, break it all down, and then spin up specific specialist bots to handle the individual parts. You can actually sit there and watch the messages flow back and forth between them as they collaborate. You literally stop micromanaging individual tasks and start managing the manager. It is an absolute game changer for your workflow.
But here's the catch. $200 a month. Yeah, that is some serious sticker shock for an app subscription. Now sure, if you're already a mega power user paying for the $300 Ultra or Gross Super Heavy tiers, Grokbot is actually included for free. But for everyone else, this is a massive leap from those standard $20 a month AI subscriptions we've all gotten so used to. So that brings us to the elephant in the room. Is it actually worth it? Well, to answer that, we really have to pivot away from thinking about this as a traditional software subscription and start looking at it as a literal investment in digital labor. You see, the foundational logic of Silicon Valley is that computers create leverage. The ability to do massive amounts of work instantly and cheaply is exactly where value comes from. So if you're paying $200, the question becomes, can you use this tool to generate $1,000 or maybe $2,000 of value for yourself every single month? Can you use it to totally replace the service you're currently paying for, or to run a business operation that brings in actual, real revenue? That's the mindset shift here.
And for the highly technical viewers out there, I'm looking at you, the token maxers. Grokbot is highly additive to tools like Codex or Claude. If you are constantly hitting those strict weekly token limits and being forced to buy super expensive overage credits, this provides a massive whole new tranche of compute power. Honestly, for heavy coders, that $200 fee might actually save them money compared to paying those a la carte credit rates.
Moving into some high-value use cases. Let's talk about building your digital team.
First up is the Super Doer Bot. Look, a lot of people set up AI to just passively watch their inbox, and that's fine, but it's just process. The Super Doer Bot actually creates real value by inferring tasks. If it sees a meeting pop up on your calendar in a related email thread, it doesn't just sit there and wait for you to ask for help. It proactively opens PowerPoint and starts drafting the presentation for you. It'll draft email replies based on your past tone, leaving them right there ready for your approval. It actively just does the work.
Then there is the business in a box. This one is crazy. You provide the core business idea, but then you load this bot up with all your files, your templates, and standard operating procedures. The bot then manages, it delegates, and it executes the day-to-day operations. It can even spin up its very own partner bots to help it handle the workload. Seriously, if an AI is literally running half of a startup for you while you sleep, suddenly that $200 monthly fee looks like the absolute bargain of the century, doesn't it?
The real key to getting your money's worth here is avoiding what I call vanilla bots. Having an AI do aimless busy work like just sorting your emails doesn't drive return on investment. Instead, you want themed bots. You want a bot that is exclusively obsessed with optimizing your landing page. You want a bot dedicated solely to finding those impossible windows in your schedule for dentist appointments. Or maybe a bot tasked with analyzing your contacts to set up high-value networking meetings in a totally new city before you even travel there. Highly focused, themed bots, that's what drives real human value.
And finally, just a really quick note on aesthetics. Whatever you do, don't underestimate the cute little guys. Grokbot relies heavily on these approachable, cartoonish characters with big eyes for a very specific reason. It inspires trust and completely strips away all that intimidation factor of scary AI or complex coding terminals. It bridges the gap perfectly for non-technical users, making them feel like they just have a helpful little buddy ready to get to work rather than some overbearing piece of enterprise software.
Grokbot has taken a highly technical, historically frustrating process and turned it into an app you literally just click to install. It provides absolutely incredible leverage, provided you have the imagination to actually use it. So I want to leave you with this. Ask yourself, what would you build if you had a digital team ready to execute your vision right now? Seriously, think big, because the tools to do it are officially here. Thanks for exploring this with us, and we'll catch you next time.